Hi all, this is Chasing Dream Season 2 and episode number 10. We have come to our last episode of this season. Hope you all are enjoying and having a good time watching Chasing Dreams. Hope you all are getting inspired and motivated with the stories of our guests. Thanks a lot for people who have all joined in, and please continue your support. I'm also going to start season 3 in a few days, so please do start watching it, and I hope it will be more interesting, and I'm going to bring in a lot of new additions to it. So please watch, keep watching the show. So today our guest will be Jolene Crandall. So we will wait for her to join. Please give us a minute. Ganga, thanks for joining. I'm just waiting for our guest to join. Please hold on for a minute. Please do hope you guys are enjoying the show. So if you have any questions with regards to life coach and other things, please do post it here and you will get it answered by Jolene. Please give me a minute, guys. I'll call Jolene and check. Sorry guys, please stay here. Yes, she's on live right now. Hi Jolene.
How are you?
Yes, I'm doing good. How about you?
Very good.
That's nice and happy. You made an effort to join the show. I know it's early morning there right now, and I hope I did.
Here, yes, it's. I think it's flooding outside. Actually, it's raining pretty hard out.
Okay. So it's cold and
rainy day. Yeah. How is it? Yeah, it's probably nice out.
Here it's good. Like humid as always.
Yeah.
So how are things going? And like to introduce Jolene Crandall on the show, she is a life coach in the United States, and she also travels around the world. She has traveled around 35 plus countries, and she also helps in transforming people's life and achieve their goals. So that's what she does right now for in the life coach sector, I would say. And on the whole, she has been and done a lot of things. I hope her story inspires you all a lot. So thanks for coming onto the show, Jolene Crandall.
Thanks for having me. We were hiking Mount Everest base camp, and that was a really big deal for us. And I think that whole year, I think most people that were hiking base camp, they were kind of like looking for their calling, I guess you could say. I know you were kind of, in search for what was next in your life and the next step. And I was kind of in the same boat. I think I had a realization that I knew I wanted to help people on that mountain. I was like, okay, this is something I know I want to do, but where do I go from there, And so I came back to the States, and I still had that mentality. I want to help people. What can I do to contribute? How can I do this? And I was like, do I go back to school? Do I study psychology? Like what's the next step type thing? And a friend of mine was working on this website, and it was kind of like this Shark Tank type thing. And we were interviewing really successful people and asking them how they got their success, the tools, the steps, everything. So I was the person that was interviewing these people. And it was a really cool gig, and I was excited about it. And I was interviewing this really successful man. Like he started from nothing and worked his way up, and he was like, honestly, I got a life coach, and it changed my life. He was like, I don't know where I would be without this guy. Like I wouldn't have any of these things. And that day during the interview, we weren't even expecting it, but the life coach actually walked in. And I got to interview him and kind of talk to him and figure out what he does and how he does it and how he transforms people's lives. And that was super inspiring for me. I was like, dude, this guy could do it. This is what I want to do. This is exactly the direction in my life where I kind of want to go. I want to help people achieve their dreams and, get to where they're going. And so yeah.
Exactly. So I think that's the thing which collaborated us to join on the show. Yeah. So it's the same intent I have with regards to this show, Chasing Dreams. Yeah. I wanted to put forward people and who are successful out there, and tell people that the journey is hard, and it needs a lot of behind the scenes experience for you to come out in glowing colors. I'm so happy that you are doing this for a living, and also I hope you are enjoying your life and living your dream, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's not as easy as people think too, like people see like the glitz and glams, I think, with most things, but it takes a lot of hard work, finding the right people and giving the right directions and encouragement along the way. And I'm so glad that you started this. This is so cool. So what kind of inspired this as well?
This one, actually, it started like we got to recognize people who are chasing their dreams. Where in a society right now, like they aren't being, like they are mocked and like they aren't being supported at this point of time. So I started this to put forward their story and tell them like what they are doing in their life. So this will help other people who watches the show and like, oh, this is what I'm also going through, and like, okay, this guy has done something and like we got to support him, or like any aspect can happen amongst people, so it will bring a change is what I thought. So that's how I just kickstarted this show and like took it forward, and I'm so happy now I'm in season 2 episode 10, so a total of 20 episodes on the whole. I'm also starting my season 3 in the upcoming days, and then it's so fun and exciting to do and see people messaging us, telling like it's so inspiring, and like people have also like watching this show, they have come up and spoken up to their parents and then convinced them to like chase what they wanted to do really. So that's how I started, and that the success I think I have reached the success of the show if I transform one person at a time. So I think that happened, and it gave me a new like joyful experience, I would say, with regards to chasing dreams till date.
You're chasing your dream too. You're changing lives. Yeah. So after I did that, I did loads of research. I was like, okay, this is something I want to pursue. And so I looked up the best schools. I wanted to really get educated the best I could and really be able to help people the best I could. So I found Bennett Stellar University out in California, and immediately, applied, and then as soon as I could, I flew out there and did the program. And it's really cool because it's not just life coaching that you learn also, there's a lot of things that go into coaching someone, there's some.
Yeah, we will actually dig more on those aspects as well. I have a question from our audience. I would like you to answer them.
Yeah.
Any Indian philosophies inspired you? A question from Bhaskar and 56.
Indian philosophies. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm a yoga teacher as well. So, I mean, that stems from Indian philosophies, and that stems from also helping people and getting to a point of nirvana and peace and enlightenment. And I think that goes hand in hand with coaching someone. You're to get to that point of accomplishment and peace and fulfillment, really. So totally.
Okay.
And I'm working on getting my Ayurvedic practitioner certification done as well. So that's completely like Indian philosophy and teachings and health, mind, body, soul therapies. And yeah, so that's also something that I do and like love to share. And like meditations can be so powerful, like bringing people together on such a spiritual level and transforming lives in that way, in that aspect. And like finding their higher purpose and helping them on their journey to find peace and happiness.
Exactly. Yeah. It's so nice to experience all these things and make ourselves better.
Yeah,
is what the ultimate goal is.
Yeah.
So Sabrish Suresh has a question. Okay, what do you say to people who work for very long working hours and get exhausted with that? I work almost 11 hours and then start looking household works. End of the day, sleep without having fullness.
So your problem is you're feeling like you're working too hard? Is that kind of the question?
Yes.
And how can you utilize your time in a more productive way so you don't feel as exhausted, you feel more fulfilled? Why is it that he feels that he has to work these intense hours? Is it just to make a certain amount of money, or yes? Is that kind of the question?
Okay, no, like he actually wants. Sabrish, can you please tell about like a clarity on end of the day sleep without having fullness? Is What do you mean exactly by it? For sure, we will sort of the answer here for you. Like let him type and let him come back to us, and we will resume his question as well. So for any question, guys, please do make this session very interactive and very useful for you as well. Okay. Please do write on end of the day sleep without having fullness. Please elaborate it and write. We will figure out it here. Okay. So your journey was you started 3 years ago, traveling around.
Everyone has to find what works for them. Like I recently had a client who really had this dream, like he wanted to be a chef. Like that was his dream. He loved food, he loved cooking, but his parents really wanted him to be an engineer. And they, to them, like that was their definition of success, was to make, a certain amount of money, yada, yada. And so we sat down and we talked it out, and we're like, how can you make your dream come true without also hurting your parents and making them feel, that you're betraying them by chasing your dream? And we ended up coming up with this, happy medium of like, he was like, okay, well, I'm good with computers, and maybe I can change my major to a job where I can work on computers remotely and cook on the side, and so everyone's happy. So there's always like alternative.
Actually, it's a very big thing here where you don't want to hurt your parents, but still you want to chase your dreams. And a place like India is something who are very, very emotionally bonded with their family. This happens a lot, and there is a chaos happening all around as well. One thing, Karen, our audience, Sabrish has a question, so we will just rectify it and we will start with your story as well. So he meant to say that he feels like he's only working and nothing more is in his brain, and that isn't giving him satisfaction. So what he wants to do right now from your side, what do you feel?
What would give him satisfaction? I think personally, it's important to find your satisfaction in either having something to believe in, a higher power, or having a good friend group. And meditation is amazing for feeling fulfilled and really, having that bond and looking at it in a different way. I think reframing a situation is so important, because you might say, oh, like I'm working so hard and, blah, blah, blah. But you're making something, you're creating something, you're building something. And so if he were my client, I would have him start writing down at least 8 things that he's thankful for a day. And it can be that he has a family, that he has a job, that he has a roof over his head. And that actually rewires your brain. If you do that for more than 22 days, you will see results. You'll be able to notice, hey, like I'm happier. I have things to be thankful for. I'm not comparing my life. And do not compare yourself to anyone else's journey. We are all on our own journeys, and that's the thing that people, I think, that will cause depression and makes you feel overwhelmed, is when you're comparing your lives, because these are snapshots. Instagram are snapshots of the best moments in people's lives, but it's not necessarily what's really going on. Someone can look so happy and really be so depressed on the inside. We all are just trying to do our best and just work towards that. Work towards just reframing the situation and look at, the beautiful things you're making and how many people you're making happy by building and making those houses. And I think that would really help your situation.
Yes, I hope that's totally fine, Sabrish. That's the reason I brought in Jolene Crandall here, where you can talk to her and understand what's going on basically. It's not about portraying her journey here. I want you people to share whatever you have, and she I want her to answer it from her hand. So that's why I invited here, so you can probe questions as well. So Bhaskar has asked how to become a life coach, what steps are required, because he wants to be one.
Okay, well, there are so many different programs. There's a really good school. It's called Thrive, because because Bennett Stellar, it closed down. The creator of the school passed away. But Thrive is a really amazing school.
Where is it located exactly?
Thrive is located, I'm not exactly sure. It's somewhere in the United States, but I think they have an online program, and I believe it's just a little over a year long. And but like I've heard amazing things. One of the teachers that's teaching there was one of my teachers. She's fantastic.
So like I want to ask you something, and people also wanted to know about you a bit. So can you just tell us places you have traveled? I mentioned 35 countries. Please just name 10 of them.
Yeah, so I mean I've been like to about around 35 countries now. I love Asia. Like that is my thing. So I mean, yes, I just recently was in Thailand once again for the second time, and such a beautiful place. If you haven't been to Thailand, you need to go to Pai. So it's right outside of Chiang Mai.
Okay.
That's where I was teaching yoga, and it's in the mountains, and it is beautiful, beautiful, magical, hippie paradise type. Yes. So if you get the opportunity to go to Thailand, do not pass that up, because everyone goes to the islands. The islands are fun. They're more party. But if you want to have a really amazing spiritual experience, go to Pai. So that was amazing. And then of course, we had such a great time in Nepal. Nepal was so cool, and the people were friendly, and I mean, hiking to Everest Base Camp, like that was such a challenge, and everyone really pushed their limits. I know you were going through a lot, kind of. You know, you were kind of homesick, and like things were.
It happened. That was my first journey solo. That was traveling abroad, and like I was in Thailand for 12 days before that trip. Yeah. So I was just diving for about constantly for 12 days. And then I took up another trip for Everest Base Camp. And then I felt like homesick there, and I just want to go home and then rest in my place. But I learned a lot from being outside and being discomfort as well. Yes, and then we returned back, and then we leave the next day. I remember we were like till 2 o'clock, I guess. 2 o'clock we were partying, and we were having a good time, and I got to know about you a lot as a person as well, and like just 10 days can make a big change in your life, I would say. That's what nature has taught me as well. Like you get bonded so close. Even I have friends here and I don't talk to, but we just bonded 3 years ago, and still it's like we speak, and then we talk to each other and stuff, and then we check on what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. It's like no time when. It's great.
So happy. And then one question from our audience, like they are being asking questions a lot, so I got to bother you a bit. On your opinion, what sort of personal qualities required to be a life coach?
I think patience is very important, and understanding, because not every client you have is gonna be the same type of person, and you have to be very innovative to work in different ways with your clients, because everyone's going to have different needs to be met, and you need to be able to have rapport with your clients pretty quickly. Rapport is very important. So there's different techniques that you'll learn, you know, just mirroring your clients, and even
like and then like your journey, I would say it's a roller coaster ride, and you have been having a lot of fun and enjoying. I think you are living your dream life right now, what you had in mind. So okay. So I have a specific question on like what you told with regards to a client, and then like you react according to them and make them comfortable and things. So how do you balance your state of mind? Because you meet a lot of clients, you talk to them, and then you make a difference in their life. But like how about your originality and your personality? How do you have it like unique separately, and then take care of this separately?
Well, I think I hope I'm understanding your question right, but I think there's like a balance between like work and play. Like when a doctor is in the operating room, you know, he's going to be his most professional self. He is at work. And then when he is out doing whatever he's doing, that's his time. So I think you kind of have two masks. You know, you have your professional side, and then you also have do whatever type side. And I think, you just have to know when to turn it off and turn it on, and I think that's
exactly, that balance is a very hard thing to do, right? So it comes with experience and like that's how it works. So did you have, like, you will get influenced by your clients, is it? Or like do you get influenced by your clients? Yes.
In what kind of way do you mean exactly?
Like their mindset or their energy, like if they are very low and like you are speaking them to motivate and like work towards their dream, like you can balance it for quite some time, I would say. And then if it goes to an out of hand control, so how do you take care your state of mind as well at that point of time?
Well, I think you have to realize that you're the leader, that this person is coming to you and wants you to guide them and lead them. And as your role as being a leader, you don't come down to their level. You're like this, you want to be more. I think it's important not to get in a very emotional state with your clients, because you have to keep it professional. That's very important. Sometimes in ways, I'm sure it can weigh on you as a coach. And I think it's important for you to even have someone to talk to. Like, I think everyone should maybe have some type of like therapist or close friend that they have, where they can kind of, unload on someone. And so like, I mean, I have like an online therapist that I'll talk to every few weeks, if I'm like, it's just nice having that confidentiality, where you can say anything that you want and kind of get it off your chest and really get an outsider's perspective. It's important and it's good. So yeah.
Very true, very true. So actually, why I post this question is, like, right now in India there is a big star from Bollywood who committed suicide, and then like it's all over newspaper, and then like people are like feel pity for him. And then like he's a big star in Bollywood actually. So it actually disturbed everyone. And then like why this state of mind to a personality like this? He is so like positive thinker, and when we look at his life, he's so successful, has money and all those, but still he didn't have a good time, and then so he ended his life. So like this is right now, it just happened yesterday, I would say 2 days back, I would say. So it disturbed whole India a lot right now.
Wow. Well, I mean, that goes exactly back to what I was saying, that we have these perceptions about people, and they might have all the money in the world and everything that someone could desire in a worldly aspect.
Yes.
But still feel completely lonely and empty on the inside. And that's why I think, meditation and prayer can be so important. And don't be isolated. There's so many people out there. There's so many people that are going through the exact same thing as you. There's so many sites. There's so many people that you can reach out to these days. Like, no one is alone. And I think that's important for people to know, that there's always people going through the exact same things, and that are willing to talk, and that probably need you too, that need, someone to just connect with. So I don't think people will judge you. If you're like, hey, I've been going through this, I've been feeling down, I might need some help. Like, would you be willing to maybe be my accountability partner and make sure I'm getting my stuff done and I'm making progress in my life? I think there's a lot more people that are willing to help than not, because we're human beings, we're social animals, we crave connection, we crave, we need that in our lives, and so I think being honest is the most important thing, and people I think are going to be a lot more welcoming than you expect, than most people expect. So, and if that person isn't the right person to open up to, like, there's websites, there's group chats. If you're a little nervous to talk to someone one-on-one, there's plenty of sites that offer help and guidance and wisdom for that.
So thanks for the information. I hope if anybody needs help, they'll follow these aspects and talk to people out without thinking twice. So like I want to understand more about you and put forward your story to the audience right now. So what is the most craziest thing you have ever done in your life till date?
The craziest thing I've ever done in my life? I would say I went bungee jumping in Nepal, and that was terrifying. The bungee jumping that itself, I mean, that was also terrifying, but the way we got up, we drove up this mountain, and it starts raining, and the land starts sliding. So we're in this rickety small bus, and the bus is like coming down the mountain. We're on this very steep, narrow road, and we're teetering on the edge as like water's flowing down. And so we're all like crying out to like whatever we believe in, like, Jesus help us. And then another scary thing was getting to the edge, and I got to the very edge, and I was like, I'm not doing this. I was like, I looked down, there's sharp rocks at the bottom. What am I doing? You got this. Like, come on, you made it this far. Like, you know, we got through a landslide to get here. Like, you just make the jump off the bridge. And I did it, and I faced my fear of heights, and I think it was a really good experience. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I didn't. So that was probably one of the craziest things, more crazy things I've done in my life. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? A lot of mountain climbing and whatnot.
Yes. So like for me, the craziest thing I would say is a night dive in Thailand, which I did. So it's I would say you're diving in day is totally different, and diving in the nights is totally different.
Yeah.
When you go like down, I just can't describe it actually. I thought like 4 to 5 times whether I got to do this or not, but experiencing a night dive it's something out of the world. I would say that's the craziest thing, because like I was so scared to do, but I eventually did it. Like we went down, and then it's whole new world down there. It's like just meditation, and you start to see creatures, and then you start to experience a lot of things underwater at night, more active I would say than the day. And I was like scared out, and my instructor was, come Karthik, you have already did like 10-15 dives as such, like back to back. Why are you scared right now? And then I was like, yeah, I have done, but this night dive is totally getting me scared out.
It's a whole different world down there too. I haven't done it.
And then
so keep going.
You got to do, I would say. Yeah, we had the torches, and then I was like, we can't see people out there exactly, so we got to talk with our torch like this, going up, not okay, good, and all those. So you just got to have concentrated on our torches. Then our instructor was, please leave us, and then like just start exploring the reef. Then I was so fascinated. I wanted to do a couple of night dives, but still I haven't. Yeah. But I will start to do them a lot. So it was one hell of an experience, I would say.
So cool. That's one thing I haven't done yet is the night dive. Because did you get your driving license in Koh Tao as well?
Yes.
Yeah. I did mine in Koh Tao. And that's
yours as well. High five.
The cheapest places too.
Yes, I know. It was very good time, and I enjoyed a lot there. What is your greatest fear in life?
What is my greatest fear in life? My greatest fear in life is probably not reaching my full potential because of fear, I would say. So letting fear hold me back, I think, is my greatest fear. Fear is
you just got to go and okay. So how are you planning to overcome it?
I think every day, and you have to set goals and get outside of your comfort zone, and you know, if something scares you, you just gotta bite your lip and keep going and just face through it, because it's never as bad as you think. That's what I've learned in my life, because in my past I have let fear hold me back, and I've always regretted it, always, every single time. And so now I've gotten to the age where that's not an option. Like, I'm not going to let fear hold me back. If I want to accomplish something, if I want to do something, we are so able as human beings. We have all the tools. It's just about not letting our heads get in the way, really.
Exactly. I also had a lot of fears. So slowly I'm working on it and trying to come back. To be honest, yeah, I have a fear of failure. Like I always, it goes to my mind, and that force also makes me drive to do better, I would say, because I wanted to give out best and do whatever is needed for what I do.
Yeah.
So it is also helpful, and it also drags me down as well. I think I am also still working on it, to be very honest.
Oh yeah, we all every day. It's like it's. I mean, I think it's a battle that is constant, and so we're all constantly facing our fears. If we don't have fears, we're probably not growing. You know, it's part of growing. It's growing pains. It's yeah. That's how growth is.
Very well said. So can you just share a few things about before becoming a life coach? What were you doing in your life?
Before that, I was doing event planning actually, and I really enjoyed that as well. That was a very cool interactive job. I did in college and a little bit after, and yeah, so that was my main thing I was doing then.
Okay, so like you get a lot of clients, right? So what do they come up to you asking for? A lot of things that is similar in everybody's life. What do you think it is?
Well, I'm still, you know, I'm still new. I'm just kind of starting out my practice, but I think it's for all different types of things. You know, some people will have a goal they just want to lose, or you want, you know, you want a career change, even that. Like there was this one guy. He actually wasn't my client, but I was reading about him, and he wanted to become a comedian, but he really like, you know, but he really just, he didn't know how to get started. He had fear of talking in front of people, and what the coach did, he challenged him to every week go to one open mic a week, and then he eventually, you know, just got more and more comfortable doing it, and then it became a career for him, and you know, and he's doing something that he loved, and so it's all different types of things. It's anything that you want to change in your life. It's anything you want to achieve to better your life. It's about progression, any type of progression in your life.
That's nice. That's nice. Okay, so question related to travel. So what have you learned from traveling about 35 plus countries, and how it has changed you as a person?
What have I learned from traveling?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't get the last part.
Yeah, so how traveling is beneficiary for somebody in order to transform their life or change their life for better?
Oh my gosh. Oh, in so many ways. I feel like before I traveled, really, you're kind of in your own bubble. You know, you don't really realize there's different cultures and there's different ways that are appropriate to interact with those cultures. You know, like in Japan, you know, I'm not going to go to Japan and give someone a high five when I see them. I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna bow, and I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna be respectful, and I'm going to connect with them and build rapport with them in that way. And I think it just makes you see how large but also small the world is, because people, even though we've all grown up in different ways, we all have the same wants and needs and connections that we feel like we need in life, and really it makes you realize that, like, we're all one, we're all the same, and that love really is the most important thing, and showing love everywhere you go and spreading that, I think is what we're called to do as human beings. And travel just gives you a different perspective. It made me realize how blessed I am. You know, like I come from, you know, the United States, and many times I've taken that for granted, and I didn't realize how blessed I was and how easy I had it in certain ways, and also it makes you just a stronger person in general, because there's certain things that you never thought that you would have to go through, or you get yourself in predicaments, like, you know, you get stuck in situations, and it just makes you more innovative in your way of getting out of situations, and yeah, it's just, traveling is a really, I think it's a great tool for growth in any person, and I highly recommend, if you have the opportunity to travel, do it. Don't be afraid. I know a lot of my friends are terrified, but like, I'm a female. I've been traveling solo for years now, and the amount of like souls I've gotten to encounter and things that I've learned through those relationships, I wouldn't change. It's been so empowering.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for your words. It means a lot to chasing dreams, I would say. So a quick question from a personal end. Do you wish to have a very happy life, or do you wish to have a materialistic, successful life? Which one do you prefer to have?
Happiness all day, every day, because money can't buy happiness. And like you said, the guy who just passed away in India, and he had everything that anyone could want material wise, but that doesn't change what's going on the inside of someone. That's where the real battle is, and that's why it's so important to stay positive and to count your blessings. I want to encourage everyone that's watching this to just count your blessings. If you don't have a gratitude journal, start one. It helps, and stick with it too. And absolutely, I choose happiness every day.
That's so nice of you. So what do you tell people out there who is watching this, who wanted to upscale in their life and transfer? Please state 3 points that they got to do in order to
take their life one step better.
Yes.
I'm gonna say, choose to be happy. I think the gratitude journal is a huge step. You control your mind. Second of all, you are the engineer of your mind. Your mind is like a computer, and what you choose to put into it will also come out.
Yeah.
So choose to surround yourself with positive people. Choose and don't complain. Complaining is poison. Complaining will ruin your life, and it will ruin the lives of people around you. So I think in a nutshell, all those three things equal staying positive and working towards staying positive and showing love to people around you.
Yes, beautifully said. Hope it helps out people out here on what they got to do exactly to take one step ahead from where they are right now. So another question from my side, which I would love to ask my guest all the time. So with regards, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you rate your life with regards to satisfaction level?
Scale of 1 to 10 satisfaction level, I think I am at right now extremely happy, but I'm still working towards, I still have goals that I feel like I'm really close to accomplishing. So I'm gonna go with an 8. Because I'm so happy.
8.
But I'm still working on a couple of things. So yeah.
Sure. Like I think you have shared a lot of insights, I would say, in this live session, and I'm so happy to have you on the show, and thanks for joining, Crandall. And also I have another thing to share to our audience. Like Crandall is starting an online website, and she is working towards it for your life coach, right?
Yeah.
Can you please talk about it for a minute?
Yes. I'm not finished with the site yet, but when I am, I will send you a link, and so maybe you can add it to. I don't know. Do you have this session recorded? Is this recorded?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So I'll send it to you, and we can put like the link at the bottom. So if anyone watching this, wants to talk for a free consultation or anything, I'd be happy to have a chat. So that's great.
That's so nice, and I also wish you all the best for your career, and please keep inspiring people. And like, you have taken a very, very big step. Very few would even think of doing this, because it's so hard in the systems right now. Rather than taking care of ourselves and doing something for ourselves has become a big struggle, wherein you go to people and transform their life for like, I just can't explain it in words what you are doing right now. We are so happy to have you in the show, and as well as you must keep doing this for a very, very long time and help people out who are in need, I would say.
Yes, thank you so much, and you too. I wish you all much for having me today and this opportunity, and yes, sending you lots of love and joy and happiness your way, and keep going.
Thanks.
Keep going.
Thanks a lot. Bye bye. I hope you all liked it. So it's a story of a life coach from the United States, Jolene Crandall. So next is going to be season number 3, and I hope I have a very exciting news for you all. By the meantime, I am also going to release the photo shoot which I did with regards to a particular project, and it's going to be out very, very, very soon. We are working on it, and it is on our like 95% is done, and We are just tweaking few other things. I hope you all continue to support it, and the season 2 is over, and so happy about it. And also in season 3, it's going to be a very new show with lot more of fun and interacting with people in a whole new different level of what I'm doing right now exactly. And I am also going to start posting them in my YouTube channel. Please do watch it. The YouTube channel name is also It Is Me Karthik, so it's just the Instagram ID of mine. So please start to watch them and share it among with your friends who needs the support, or whom you think you want to look the interviews for. And thanks a lot, and see you very soon, guys. Bye bye from season 2, Karthik, and now we will start with season 3. Thank you, and thanks for your support in this whole journey. Thanks a lot.